Hey folks, in today's lesson I'm going to teach you how to make an udu drum, or sometimes called a Nigerian pot drum. These are originally played by and made by women in Nigeria, and all it is exciting the resonation note of the chamber. You can see there's two holes on each side, and a hole in the top a little larger. It's kind of like a gourd shape, but to play it you just have to play it with an open hand, and it's really hard to hear, especially with this microphone, but it makes an incredible resonant tone. And I'm essentially just going to be throwing a large bowl and then coil throwing the form from there. I have my students coil build these all the time just purely by coils, and it's a really fun project. So let's get started. Okay, when making an udu drum, you got to remember the larger the chamber, the lower the note. And also you want to make a nice smooth curve. So we're going to start by just making a large bowl. I have about 8 pounds of clay. You can just start with 2 pounds if you wanted to. My beginning hand builders coil build the whole thing. Curved bottom. This is going to be a nice continuous curve all the way from the base all the way through without too many hard edges. And I'm not trying to make anything really thin here. That's why I'm going to coil through. Really trying to gather up that clay. When I'm throwing larger chunks, again, I like to use the palm of my hand for the first pull. A little bit wider dispersion of pressure. A little bit easier on my wrists as well. And when I'm coil throwing like the last coil throwing video, kind of like to leave a little bit of a trough up here to receive the first set of coils. Well, much like the coil throwing video, I'm going to be adding coils to the rim. You can see the rim's quite a bit thicker. I'm just following that form into my gourd-like shape. So I've dried this, and it is fairly stiff. It's going to support the weight of the coils. I'm going to vigorously score up this first one. Very important that we vigorously score that first connection, because this clay has already done a little bit of shrinking. And then filling up your score marks is important. I'm gonna do 2 or 3 coils high, probably 3. It might just be a superstition, but I don't like to have my seams in the same spot. So I try to at least have them staggered an inch or so apart. Or sometimes you can get a weird little bump that you don't like when you're throwing. Okay. Remember, your goal here is just to compress these coils together. And all I'm doing is just making sure the seam is fully attached before I ever do any pulling. Always applying a little bit of pressure down with the web of my finger, I think keeps everything nice and centered. Remember, the principle of centering is equal pressure on all sides, on both sides at least. Once it feels pretty unified and even, I'll go ahead and go back down to my original wall thickness and then pull up from there. These are thick coils, so I don't even know if I needed 3. I'll dry this up and repeat. Sometimes in this situation, I don't need to do this, but I'll do it for the demo. I'll take my needle tool and I'll hold it at an angle. Sometimes that'll help me get the coil started in the right direction. The wider something is, the more weight there is, right? And it just wants to keep getting wider. Okay. Okay, things are coming along nicely. I've added some coils that continue the form all the way to closer to the top. It's at this point where you can actually hear the resonation note. Giving it a light tap on the shoulder with your hand, you can hear the tone. If you cover it halfway, it's a lower tone. So the smaller this opening, the lower the note's going to be. If it's too small, you just can't hear it at all. If it's too wide, it's too high pitched. There's a happy medium, but it's vessel dependent, depending on the size. So I'm going to go ahead and make this just a little bit smaller, and you can make the top any shape you want. It can be like that gourd shape, like the one I showed at the beginning of the video. Or in this case, I think I'm just going to just follow the line of this pot and just come out ever so slightly like a trumpet top. That might increase the volume. These aren't the loudest instruments, and they're hard to put a microphone in. Anyway, I'll speed the camera up and finish the final shaping and then talk about where to carve the holes. Okay, we basically have our completed Udu drum. The question always is where to put the holes on the drum. I like to put the holes on the top shoulder, sending a sound wave down into this rounded chamber and out the top. It's important to note that the holes have to be completely sealed with the palm of your hand. So I would say like silver dollar size at the biggest would be best. The Udu drum comes in all different shapes and sizes. I'm going to post a few pictures from Latin Percussion, and they make all different sizes, multiple chambers, and they make different tonal qualities. But this is the most historic, classic Udu drum shape. Rounder the better, really. And anyway, I hope this video helps you, and good luck with your Udu.